Moss. Talk about your relationship with the genre. I mean, because we've seen back in the 1930s, I mean, Universal was churning out these type of movies, but this reinvents it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a huge fan of like the horror genre and psychological thrillers, and after I did Us last year, a small part in that I really wanted to take a bigger stab at it, if you will. This was the perfect script for it because I felt like it was so much, it wasn't just a horror film, it wasn't just a psychological thriller, it wasn't just a drama, it was all of it. And the relevance of the subject and the incredibly challenging character it was more than I ever could have asked for. I would have been happy to just run around looking scared for a while. That's what I was looking for, and then I got so much more.
But the film obviously has such a strong statement, especially about people in abusive relationships and about the repercussions of narcissism and ego and the financial burden that sometimes a relationship can strain on one person.
Look at you. Does it? Wow. I wish I would have known that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not so sure about... There is definitely an element of this life was created for her that sort of isn't her own, and she is inserted into it, and she's merely of service to Adrian's life and image, and really loses herself and her own personality, her career, her own ambition, in service to his, what he wants his life to look like. And it really does examine what that's like for a person when they come out of that.
I was talking to Oliver, and he mentioned that to really kind of help you in certain sequences, he was physically on set, but they put him in, he calls it a green condom, to basically take him out of the visuals of it. How much did that help you? Even though audience, we don't see him on set, but you have him on set.
Very much so, especially there's one scene kind of 3/4 through the film where he attacks me in a parking lot, and it could have been done by our wonderful stunt double who did a lot of the work. But he had to speak sort of very ominously to me in the scene, and just being able to hear that voice and being able to feel that energy from him, which only he can give, was incredibly helpful.
We were talking before about control, and I was just wondering, I mean, you seem to be a very independent woman. When you meet people in your life who try and assert some type of control over you, how do you respond? How do you kind of maneuver your way through people like that?
I don't know. I am a very sort of independent person. I don't know. I think that you can probably be yourself and assert who you are and stand by who you are without having to necessarily put that on the other person, I think if you feel secure in yourself, you don't really worry about it.
Talk a bit, if you had the opportunity to be invisible for a day, where would you want to be?
This is the question. And I'm telling you, I'm really struggling with it because there's nothing really good that you could do. It's all just like shady shit. Someone said last night, they were like, because I'm trying to get people's answers to it, use their answers. And someone was like, sneak into a movie. And I was like, yeah, I guess. I mean, sure, I could do that. I think I would just probably go to Duane Reade and like buy all the embarrassing things I have to buy without being recognized.
Or maybe help people elect a better president.
I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that visibly, though. That's the thing. Anything good you want to do visibly.
Speaking of visible, I must say, if I lived in that house, I might not want to leave. I don't care what somebody was doing to me.
That's what I used to say.
That was beautiful.
I was like, what's the problem? What's the problem, Cecilia? It's gorgeous. The view is stunning. You're right on the ocean. It's beautiful.
Well, I think she made the right decision, as you
Ultimately,
did.
I suppose.
Elizabeth, congratulations. The movie is called Visible Man, and this is Scott Orlin. Until next time.